wanim na memfa waseda nida Sada made a meditation from my heart. Ewrade mama nsusuye mama dwendwe mempabo enruanim. My Santa made a meditation from my heart. Be acceptable. Onyankopon shira saru afidie ato 101.7 FM awie nyimre aka enafua makoma besem yensa na Ghana beto aba ayi omampani foforo ene mrahye bedwafo me patro baby a voters ID card da bia hwehwe fato bebre wura fisa memre da uhia voters ID card no omode ya hwehwe voters ID card eno na wo police station ye bedi ka hwe ahwe udi any voter ID card number sa wo pese wo police station ku a wo beto aba wo ha bebre nim se electoral commission transfer ebinum kura vote electoral commission kura yi de ko another police station omonya we na electoral commission we die Yahoo electoral commission basa electoral commission we die Debbie. Every week we are issue press statement members and electoral commission way. Debbie. Only Ghana for 10 ekasa se mo we gidie wo electoral commission mu a emu 7 so mo nyini o kama mi se me de mfame ho o gimidi o nyimidi o mfame ho hey Mami Jazzy yo yes yamre ye ninkaso o mani shabra electoral commission sem enye amanyoko no electoral commission kwajo afarija watina so che no way watifie 1992 diodi kana na odu anu apaw eno way emre ye ninkaso electoral commission yo anu mebi su wasese ye yo Yahoo electoral commission a wedi abatro enhihye so na sa electoral commission we die de bia yeti asem foforo de bia ene ballot paper bia yira ene book bia yira ene printing bia mayi ene baby afi o ka wo se e human institution man na 1996 di 2000 ni ade nyina na human institution ene breya nimbia bapa anka se mistakes ba form no afei na electoral commission mistakes ayemo Eurade hu mobo Onyankopon ehu electoral commission for mobo na omoma nukuredie pepeyo ni French munya adwuma memene that you be winning no awini but it must be an equal playing field. No intimidation, no snatching of ballot boxes. Yeah, obi ballot paper more than obi are entitled to one ballot paper. One. Obi two abano once. Nana kwesi wa Nigeria si wochia Nigeria for hwempa. Happy Tuesday Adam Sikapa. Election promises versus the reality. And many youth activists are your friend Ivan Che Innocent, a youth activist and a social commentator. Election promises versus reality. After few days. Transnagri who say 4 years Yambroska Adentina Yabatua by Yabroska. Shawa sitina mu na fatu aba. Sikane de obaji adi. Na wudi ya yanka u bio just the next 4 years. Every 2004. Yetu aba yesha sitina mu ne de to aba. Shawa sitina mu na fatu aba. When you school when you jumaye, shawa sitina mu. Come to be tia wo danka, wo to tia wo electricity bill. Shawa sitina mu na fatu aba. Utofu wa 500 taxi driver to be the year juma 3 days. Shawa sitina mu na fatu aba. Echo Ando Francis send a message say Name person is legal for I'm gonna show my system no the atwaba I was sitting them never to aba Shawa sitina mu na fatu aba. Omenye school omenya adwuma ya na. Bosha amanyakuo ehya wo no abamu ana. Factory no ewo ho. 1 million no ewo ho. Sa ya disika brao enne. Ya disika ma osafafa bas na kwato aba jisika no eyo mine sika eni obi ya sika eyo mine sika 4 years the dada ya ma osika safafa ka akodi bro nyampo adenti na abato du ya ma usika safafa ka uni nyansa pa oba jisika no no obusa wo se 4 years ni ama koma demesa afa ye beto aba na wo kai se muhia shawa sitira mu na fatu aba taxes na kokosuri ya tutu bibia mo tax da bibia so ma bet enkrofo didi agroje sika krampo no tax da so o sandi momo a ne a tax o we send momo 10 times, you bet tax 10 times. Wow, was abeka momo, no send him obi ani tax. Usu send him obi ani tax. Just say, who send him momo no, emani patena, you bet tax 10 times. It is your discovery, bro. I am more nisika near the bro. Oman Ghana for the Ghana Nubia who crying so or chilena drain and amamo pa assassin the blue mine. So who here had the election do a year bro scasa quatuaba. So who here had the election would be like Muquatuaba yebro diane. But Masina dream home. Say it to me to Abama, we are meant to cabio. Just a 4 years time. Sign of a city. Ya beka ensem na ya kyerɛkyerɛ enema mu ama Ghana for ehu trimodin a akoso ewo man mu so we obi ana aye adwuma wo bank na gu a yeyi wadi akotena fi a hwe wasetenam na to aba we obi ana aye adwuma wo bank na gu a utifia na wahu se hwe wasetere mu na fato abapa na kan ne we adwuma na kan ne we adwuma na we adwuma na we adwuma abaya Joe Bank ajijin krofu adwuma eti hwe wasetere mu na to abapa me obi ano adwuma bank na otwi uba minimum be an oil bank and then oh yes so bologna drinks not all the era of intimidation that people don't have their democratic civil right to express their views and opinions, it's over. It's over. The era of intimidation and suppressing people from speaking their mind, it's over. Every citizen has a right to choose, right of association, right of choice. You have the right to speak your mind without fear or intimidation. Now in Ghana, it's clear. It's clear. It's clear. I'll not mention names of journalists, but you can tell journalists via any party or supporting. So you can say journalists for a neutral. No. There be a term. Journalists be anywhere neutral. Journalists be anywhere neutral. But that doesn't mean, sir, you cannot do your job and serve the country. Okay, FM. Disagreeing with a government doesn't make you an enemy of the government. Critiquing a government stand and policy or issue doesn't mean you're an enemy. You are rather a friend of the state. Now open here. Ethiopia or Hokwai. Ora Abdul Malik Kubako, senior journalist. Or Hokwai so Chirana again. Party our penny party our dom. It doesn't take away the fact that he's very intelligent, experienced, eloquent, and a seasoned journalist. You can't take away that fact from me, and I respect him. Journalists to me it's in developed countries. Ghana, a fourth republic, but we get there. Asophonia him for now come out boldly, declare their position and stand and support. That era has changed. You have every right to express your choice and your opinion, regardless. And regardless of the outcome of the December 7 election, we continue to live in this country and live as one united people. I only pity, those ignorants and infantiles who insult when it comes to politics and they don't understand. Anyone who insult is ignorant, is an infant. He or she is a baby, because babies like complaining. No, we're not complaining. We are talking about issues. Mamima, Ivan Che Innocent Akwaba. Ivan.
Simon.
Bibi awoko there. Good. Me pe energy ni pa. Aya eto be a medwin some youth, but according to the United Nations definition of youth in Kamapaho. But I love your energy. Yeah. In fact, and you're also a very deep analytical person. So I told producer that why don't we invite this man to join us and share some of the insight, and you share election promises versus reality. Yeah. Election ebebasui promises be brave. I know say okay FM and you many be one wa na Ghana for na nkasa no I think say yemfanya yen because promises be brave bi one ma aban yeye. And so I say promise be maka ho. Yem busa say adan na no de na wo kan wo nyeye na wo san promise you. But de ye bedie enne na ye hia. De ye bedi na afebo na ye ndwene ho. Na wo to yen share election promises versus reality. Comparative analysis. Promises versus reality. Because I na me to say bi mo ka say NDC for so then normal promise. It's not just about promising. Over promising out to do wash and so and then promise now promise if I saw Ben also. As you are sorry now, yes, you will be so seat near Raisy Fund. Now call for a page on Salbama say, we some 50,000, we some 30,000. We are near Kabum, yes, 1.2 million. But Sikapa, I want for 900,000. You bet chase you more Sikanimba. Iti babu mukra ya kase ni awashabo na wondu so no no me mention yankopon bo wabra wonni so. Election promises versus reality. Mamin Koti Abraham Lincoln in 1860 assembly okay. Abraham Lincoln said that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth. Lincoln, 1863. Now, sa quotation a Gettysburg Address and a former US President Abraham Lincoln in 1860. It has been classified as one of the world's most influential statements for any form of democracy. That is not ordinary words, so it's not. These are words with huge implication for both established and emerging democracies across the world, including Ghana. That these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. A new birth of freedom. And that government of the people, government of the people, government by the people, government for the people shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln, unquote, 1863. Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana says that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name, for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limit laid down in the Constitution. Article 1 of 1992 Constitution. Everybody count. Obiane account. Obiye your friend is Ekwadonko party ne voice account. Obi aye Hassan Ayarega ne voice account. Obi ye Cheddar ni movement member ne voice account. Obi ye Alan Movement for Change member the voice account, because Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution states clearly, emphatically, precisely that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in a manner and within the limit laid down in the Constitution. Ivan, Akwababu.
Yeah, my boss.
Mr. Share election promises versus reality. Usha promises are air cost you na. Abai to me ediso. Obet me aye.
The Dika I mentioned here for. Now I'm starting from the note and I will count about media personnel and involvement in politics and then as a forum. Over the years, and I think we've been very hypocritical when it comes to issues of politics and as a forum, because in a democracy there are no neutrals. Either you are a coward taking part of the oppressor, or you are part of those fighting for freedom. So in a democracy there are no neutrals. So we call the United States of America now compare the bigger platforms that you can think of, like CNN, Fox News, and as a forum, or more allegiance where they towards. For instance, CNN is a liberal platform. Fox Republican platform. And when it comes to young critiquing the issue, irrespective of the fact these news platforms, or more limit to certain political ideology, they are able to stand firm and fair. They critique the issue. So where you stand as a person, I'm not sure say it's an issue. It's just about job and it's a media person be declare and no that clarity to you are able to listen to issues, because support John Mahama now China John Mahama be president the following day. No Shasi Edin Semuna. I'm not sure, sir, you will come here and defend the person. So Obia will ever right at any point in time to support whichever government.
The first person I may criticize.
Yes, and that is what makes us human. That is what makes us human, because as a man, your conviction is everything. That is all that we've been saying. Back to political promises. I think so the from me now we are Ghana now you are hoping the many promises being thrown out there in the name of party politics. Then you look at what has happened, because now Okroma 2016 now you name the way na Nema air fast or na airco. Then President Akufo-Addo pop out from nowhere and they assured Ghanaians promises upon promises. One district, one factory, one this, 1 million, just a one na the amuke carbon bebre, then or more to go Ghana for. So fast forward, Ghana for actually morning the 2 million. But these promises here, yeah, can't once a none, and then what Nancy, we are Ghana near, Ubetiaka said the promises these people made, you know, maybe at see the light of the day. For instance, President Akufo-Addo, the key promises, one, industrialization. Yaka industrialization, and when it comes to all the bigger economies around the world, who Germany, America, and as for a tribal when industries pick up, because I know the team creating Numasem, then as a forum, as we speak. Those industries now you can't want them, no, not even one, because I was looking up for that industrial transformation. I said be a bit to me a creating Numa I'm Ghana for any BIA because countries let me advance around the world in industries nene etimia pope. So we a country like Germany coming up after the Second World War. Adia ba Germany taking upon itself and etimi boma Germany timi gene who free ohiem the industrial drive omukọ because after the war no or realizes a news was said na sasia said the only way is to go into machinery into na Germany all the big industries no na be na aboama or mine a travel. You go back to China today. China 50 years ago was one of the poorest country, but omotenasi who say we have the numbers because numbers are China or America only have. So yes, say yeah, manufacture nema we can leverage our numbers as a competitive advantage economically. Never mind numbers and China atimia riser to a point the second largest economy we say at some point Ghana yet yesu about your dollar cedi no China atimi take deliberate steps now we devalue the UN no because o devalue and near China ni be kwakoto na bonte e be disincentive you have to buy Chinese product and Huawei ne other product or motor phones and so forth. They have that competitive edge and now one Apple and a battle when it comes to some of these things. And the industrial promises now President Akufo-Addo and those industries now are not there. And he's not bold enough to take any platform and tell Ghana for say now and those promises. Second has to do with issues of corruption. Corruption is one of the cornerstone issue of President Akufo-Addo Ghana for 12 man. People saw him as a no-nonsense man when it comes to corruption. Sabi, obey who baby. But now meti yaka corruption or them say pam because Nabayno hasn't been able to do anything when it comes to issues of corruption. I don't know. I see the state machinery, the state might in our side. Just use it to commit to investigation. Now you say some level of merit be woman as a merit in.
But they talk about the establishment of the Office of the Special Prosecutor as an institution to deal with cases of corruption as a step, a bold initiative to deal with corrupt issues. I think that the Office of the Special Prosecutor, I said it some time ago, was a useless creation. And because I person fight corruption, you don't need to set up institutions. What you need is the political commitment and the will on the part of the state. Because there are agencies already, they have prosecutorial powers, like the AG department. They have the prosecutorial powers, and then even the police to a certain extent, and then there are other agencies are able to go deeper into issues of corruption. And these are binding a serious. So fighting the issues of corruption. You don't need to set up the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Office of the Special Prosecutor by Metem Bisa said be abebe kra no mutime prosecuting say abebe ediomai na wadi for. They hasn't been able to convict anybody. In some nearby, the special prosecutor has become some kind of a stamping way because Papa we ba na anu ada ono aya wailing so beboa a fight corruption kisi ajabe. At some point in time the guy was frustrated. Lumba nyom akwa no ma ye ne ba ye ho so no twa na remes because chese niam oya enye account nko somebody oya will say meba president when I was me fight corruption I am ready to do at some point in time because this whole thing was a scam, some kind of we are added just to the political narrative. Now omo just fight corruption and then Kisiajabe is frustrated. Open the back when the new dingo kroma pa Martin Amidu. One president Akufo-Addo brought him on board. The people thought say, oh Martin, they all had a track record with his own party NBC. At some point, Rollins Nelson Mahama issues what the special prosecutor. But not President Akufo-Addo thought say obetime pandano to manipulations and influences. But at the end of the day, the guy demonstrated said, no, I'm here to work. At the end of the day, you who near my or no ankasa babontin be catch and say
President Akufo-Addo a mother serpent of corruption because all year the obey just to disrupt and thwart him from doing whatever that he intended to achieve. Yet yana Sisila the pie issue be see yakwada sorry $1 million it will be them. Now, and there is no civilized democracy anywhere. I'll bet me explain this because a friend of mine told me say, "Oko UK some point in time, Oko police for a conform we are on them. Sisan and their man or £10,000 over be no mufaka home. Police for Basom by investigate man. Anna, or boss say, number $10,000 over them. And I'll catch and say, only $10,000 in free in 7 or come you say or bope. And now I can say another issue, man, because you can't keep $10,000 under your bed. I wouldn't declare chair be a winner. Then he took it away from that particular report and sent a child fire or measure this Canada man. By it, me will be $1 million go good them. Besin ne. Ubisaso in your scanner or Hannah, yeah, to an answer story. Some media men were telling us, never find the woo ye, and a more years harbor. Now, confirm not your crab back if you know in a year, we know $1 million. These are silly stuff people were telling us on radio. At the end of the day, special prosecutor here and I just say oil investigation, you know. Abeiku, what is the outcome be about? That particular issue has been killed. At some point, you know, yeah, the command Yoko for a crime so true letter commander Attorney General can say oh issues of way onjai because special prosecutor can say money laundering aspect be now omo that ingenuity the resources to be able to pull that investigation. But at the end of the day they kill the matter as we speak. Cecilia Dapa is walking free and the President Akufo-Addo okachira manfo said public person or the bon buying and the public person I know campus will be about buying. So that is a failed promise because one key thing that over the years and I'm for free to me a boy I see it me battle corruption and what to have now light here do a man for Indian ACC because ECG so a man for produce power normal almost the my ECG is on Cotowa bill no what 45%. Because that mismanagement and inefficiency no one system then American government Samuel Obama Aircon or the power initiative by under the compact 2 catch that and say inject some level of efficiency into your energy sector by doing so for private sector be room now we do move room mema usika say ba ya sa sika na enema enkoye no ni nyina etu obetwa then fast forward these people form the cabal I for a foreign company in the name of PBS and all fronted that particular deal. And the day corruption may break in. What is a president in Mina Kukudoso investigating? I didn't see an amount for the American government was supposed to give us $190 million. As a result, the American embassy wrote to us and says they've cancelled that money. Do you know what $190 million can do? Says ECG that from 2022, 10.9 billion. The following year, it was 1.9 billion. You're saying a car and the so all the agency and the Netco at the car, Vaco Trust Fund at the car, Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Way at the car, Oko Energy Sector, just a towa and a daho. Then let me bring you back to the economy. And then another Dr. Baumianam or yet promises our Session University Central making promises in Nasifon. I am telling you, sir. Theoretical way na cannot different from practical wisdom. I would be a Juma Amana manifested in terms of work because Okasa John Mahama was borrowing recklessly. John Mahama Busian or Bonian said him on June Ghana for her and a Ghana 14 and said on the man. I know she Okochi John Mahama Bisan Sabusian or Boy and Obian near Machro by ne Okochi Konoforata. Now catch and Sabusian Bribena Wabono, a dear Lord Dia. One way I would have him to Babuna Kulu because all union Sadia Cran Cancho. Because Sikana Moti and Moshino. Oba and they told said borrowing governance was all about borrowing. People caution them. Oba early stage and Okobo Busia 2.8 and other buyer a Euro bond. And no 40 year. The following year he went back and took 3 billion. The following year 3 billion. The following year 3 billion. So in a space of 4 years, now you Bob Busia over 11 point something billion dollars our commercial space. Into 2023, he made an attempt to go back. And I'm confronted to books. No. Aquawe, Kratana would be better. That is not what the book says. And I declare Ghana junk. All the credible rating agencies like Moody's, Fitch, and then as for everything a junk. At that point, now there was no way to make a bubble baby. And until I'm die when you see Bank of Ghana. Now Addison, I turn Bank of Ghana into a printing press and all the printing Sikano. You never buy a Hosuna inflation at them 53%. And the economy now, almost promising and say, on buy a boy economy no buy. And a come in a year to the stance that Ghana I declare bankrupt after COVID. apart from Zambia, Ghana is the second country I declare bankrupt after COVID because numbers management was so widespread. COVID sikana about Kromano, UTB MTB, Kwaya fast why she sikanu buye, and in all this, Remakasa governance is a human enterprise. Nipa beti my mistake. So we confirm we be share adwuma we ntimi nchire the nipa no be because in humans there some of these indiscretions are there. But say nipa no ye adwuma na what can you there obetimi aye asina no kwan and now obetimi aye kire nipa no nyansa sesabi oman ade ye mfa ne sa because every human being bia no even so your pope kura are very dangerous. All that they need are incentive and opportunities to thrive. So as a state, you take away the incentive, you take away the opportunities. Many people who say if you go against the state, consequences will be there. But we are talking about the president of being in some nipa no bokro no a na ono apade no mo nipa no bokro no na wakele omo furo. So I know today there is enough motivation for people to steal. There is enough motivation for people to engage in all the excesses. The other side is this impunity with which they operate, this arrogance of power. In several air cost Ghana for Ekano, you see certain foolish belligerents. As a Nipano can't say, Minty, the Mepena Maye, but Mamono, and your owner never know no dear Kunyama on our Tisona, men on Anam call corner or Modiama Minty the open. We are talking about a democracy. Nipana be 2 million amount. So you need to respect the people. Sometimes you may be doing writing, but I'm just some explanations in as for young nipa adwin, but you need to respect the people. So always, the relationship that might exist between power and the people must be that of mutual respect and intellectual kinship. Nothing else. There is no pity, nothing. But in our case, it's a different ball game altogether. And they are taking us for granted. So I think the promises being made. And then as a phone, now me and Yamawa, President Akufo-Addo from first day, you could see clearly say promises now make you, and there was no way Obetimi could do so. Abeiku, yet yes, will be president there. Idea what home. So when you get opportunity in your maiden edition to address your people, when you look into their faces in some of the the first day president addressing the maiden edition. America president therefore speeches no can boom and obejina ho and all kind go. Now such a man can even trust him when it comes to say the vision in the dreams and so forth. So at that particular point, he told Ghanaians says and na yadia to no so about there is no way betimi aye. It was just a narrative president. For and unfortunately we found ourselves in the media space. Most of our media people are very hypocritical, very hypocritical. Because you see me growing up, I became so confused about issues or reality about politics because Oda Sharia, NDC nete MPP nete and a host nete we see no cre, we see no cre. Host instead of him to clear the issues so that the listener will get precisely what the issues are. No, maybe I will read text messages. So I know the average listener. Maybe I say, I
see radio host, the TV host. Instead, some interrogating issues are politicians.
Yes.
Text messages and I'm okay.
Yes.
I'm okay. Message. Okay, so what about promises and reality?
Yeah.
Ma yembra abuse of power, abuse of incumbency, and the keka ho. Survey bebre akoso ubi so man for Judiciary electoral commission mo in the history of Fourth Republic, the current electoral commission, the trust the people have for them above from unprecedented. The judiciary, the trust and control no more edema your court, your judges and also above from.
I think that this whole enterprise is being run like a Ponzi scheme. It's not a democracy. May say we have imposters who are fronting democratic rule and they just make it look like democracy. But in reality, there is no democracy. Because all state Obama ba catch and say Africa, you're making sure about build strong institutions. Institutions and your making convictions and your friends and strong values and principle to stand and the interface institution all state institutions compromising. For instance, let's talk about the judiciary and say Supreme Court the ruling Bible until now court social media and then unanimous 11 na ye moa na ye say where's amanfo yi su no it's so derogatory but why yet to promote so be akasati judiciary da but enam say appointment ayaye for instance in recent time look at the number of appointment President Akufo-Addo aye akogu the Supreme Court Ghana conventionally no yen come enter 14 but ene ye twem 14 as say make as a parliament or more trying to approve them. And so we had the background of some of the individuals and they are very problematic. For instance, we have a fair parliamentary candidate whole central ya promoting a Supreme Court bench. So now we issue by a very contentious political issue. Now Chief Justice under the power and the infantry to appoint that person to go and sit on that particular panel. Sorry, erasing it on the panel no. Or say this is a constitutional matter. Constitutional matter and go on the court and I'm punching at the court. And your political actors, they bear political interest. So you cannot disaggregate the two. And you need to show the people respect. Looking at the nature of this particular issue, Nipa will know because the gentleman raised it on the bench or said that no raise it here just to take away credibility from the judiciary. But over the years, sign money, don't stop here. And when it happens, they think, oh, yeah, my lord, respect the amount for the bound, but respect we earn. You cannot cow people into submission, and as I want to intimidate people to respect you, you need to earn it. You understand? So those times, and I don't make us say even. Pontius Pilate mko said that their channel omo buy na your generation obi abeka na
ma membusa wadwen citizen vigilante.
Yes.
Under this government yenim cases vigilante for court in Kumasi free a suspect who was standing trial.
Yeah.
Intimidate judge.
Yeah.
Ma judge Jane. At the end of the day they were fined.
Yes.
They were fined though. And this is a criminal offense.
Yeah.
But they were fined.
Yeah.
And UTV was UTV for a United Showbiz. They were attacked.
Yes.
By party tax.
Yes.
Also they were fined. Judiciary say credibility and I respect and conform on akofo mo
yes.
Yes. And no
yes, because you see, it is a impunity, it is a flower. Yabia, debia enyini. Enti estate. Now I'm far be so and stop it. Now you allow it to fester and grow a ginsemu. And that is the point we've gotten to. And Ghana new was concerned about the neutrality and the independence of the judiciary, or every reason, because there are several polls recently, Afrobarometer for the report Babonte, gauging the level of trust for the judiciary. What kind of report now you're Ghana near? We so because my muhayati, we can lose the executive, we can lose parliament, but one avenue to mean lusu has to do with the judiciary. Public trust in the judiciary must be absolute and unwavering. But to extend say nipanya sema or prefer so friend to enya than to go to court because they don't trust the court, and that should be a major concern. You understand? Until you Chief Justice, you need to see say all these sentiments being expressed by people on social media and other form. I know they are very, very important because justice delivery, it's not just about sitting in the court wearing that particular horse wig and reading judgment. It is about getting people to have trust and confidence in what you are delivering, because the whole essence of justice is to hold society together. And disintegrated society. Suspicious and running away from na ebe creative further chaos. I know that they na na way. So I think say politics and deep into the fabrics of our judiciary, and I'm a public ni jina baby na judiciary jina baby, because me growing up I have never seen judiciary ruling na babontia as a man for be to social media, and another platforms are diverse. So I think they need to do a lot. Say be you met me, I will deal the image, because image in there, you may sit in the courtroom and think everything is okay, but trust me,
all right,
the public, it's not.
All right, youth activist and social commentator. Pacho, your last name, is it a surname and a nickname? Mr. Ivan Che Innocent.
Yeah, that is the name.
Innocent,
Yes.
I will send him more. Oh, do you know who I'm saying? Ivan Che Innocent. Now we Trebiama media for mu hosti MPP ni NDC. Now say panelists in a country. mubaka no kra kyerɛ basa we wobua yɛnyɛ mfa to ho de si we ɛdi say media ne impact nkan hia de bɛka ne sɛ gyina hɔ mame nkɔ ti we mra na me nkɔ kai messages eti media no so no yɛka ho ɛna ɔman no aba bɛdu sampɛmpɛ so because yɛntumi hwɛ no kra ni mu nka yɛntumi hwɛ no kra ni mu nka media no suro because yɛbɛdi watem media no suro sɛ nipa 1000 bɛdi watem na so wo kasa ma millions eti when I want some aman Ghana and I want some yefunu odi ase eti media no so or the subuwa boy na no kore se media no yentumi hwe amanyofo nanim enka just asebu awoke yentro 2016 who can say 2024 who can say yentumi hwe amanyofo nanim ka say 2020 who can say ubeye we aden na wanye na dia wanye no unka say me pabocho ebi ase ni senti na mantumi anye na yakenka in text messages wabirikwa yenim say asamu amanyebi ni eka no waboa anything futuro ni yetugu yanim na media na ye the fourth state grab na say boss society no ban no media na yada afei waka judiciary confidence amanfo enya wo judiciary but anything na say nkrofo bodua nkrofo pe eduro tu ni duabo more than obekokọ because duabo no ye fast afei waka promises factories in a way constituency no factories in a way 1 million sika na way nyankopon dan no so akosi say nyankopon asori dan na akosi say
I think it's one of the most disgusting issue metia na sabi ebufu ya homte because so we have we say advance here drew and because of globalization we are not living in isolation obiti Ghana the level of exposure in terms of education we are competing with another person either in China or US for a job because there are a lot of people are multi Ghana in the US online and as a forum. So while countries are making advances are more promote or more education to a certain level no you might when you see Ghana say yeah the same thing but the we are see do na on mind that sorry say yeah the sika kosi cathedral now be say president about say yes cathedral na nyankopon de body be chen na a civil war ba wa prevent yen ukọ ya moso krom omusi cathedral yen ne kodi omoto aba na agi wom no bi adwane firi ho e ba kroma so cathedral engi nipa ba bia wi ase aduru no you invest in your people ade we start here ya ka kira ban se sabi enye nyansasam se ba bia nkora eni ba bi te ukọ secondary schools na ko ese de na nkora abobo ape so na sika kakra yanya na yedi kosi cathedral na we need to reinvest and divert that money to other ventures asabi ebetimi aboa improve amount for life but nipa antie na omo ho ya abufu in this particular regard eya asofo na omu di sa ade we achi nipa kan nyansasam nyina kire omo a they were the very people who are inciting ayebo president abaso say onkosoro nsi cathedral na Ghana nyankopon man so the question that we nyansani abebisa ho ne say so man time ni sika no de kosi cathedral ade chi na nkramofo sori so omo nso omo pe bi ade ansam na abeka na se kwakubu nsam ni team nso sori so omo pe abosomdan a you cannot tell them say want to see because Ghana is a secular state so sa anema we nyina nipa anwene ho afa ye kowuram animguase ne hyase se eba no asofo no we na betwe krata se ma resign even the courage to approach Ghanaians and say hey we are sorry mumu bi kan yantie they couldn't gather that particular courage and ne abaye ka enesio and anu nyadaje e kan shraj report ababonten na me say o kan report na wabamba bu as a Ghanaian say aya ade aye si nyankopan soro dan the whole contract was fraudulent because shraj say contract na ya award the entire contract over 300 and something million dollar no aya fraudulent it should be cancelled parliament and now where kwan fa so ya contract PPA approval yenya just some individuals trans no module so ye na yesi and I over kwan first idea and sakobo mine sika na yakọ draw $25 million ya buy a seed money na can for yata kono akoi 25 million Ghana cedis a seed money we kwa akoi 32 million Ghana cedis na you say the kutua contractors na se foka about papers were at some point na you sika almost bear $58 million eko na na wotena na bisa say there na $58 million ebetimi aya ebetimi asesa Ghana for bebre hyebre ba sa sika no cathedral no kwa yantumi ansi na akwa ya amana eda ho so me the meka no say the shrine report na sia ka say yenya investigating na if possible asofo no mo kan mo yebo yam prosecute o mo nyina I think say time aso say ye be kire nipa nyansa wo kroma say ye fro say kodi ade anim na say wunnim hunim dia manya say me na me ye sofo na me ye say kodi anim because enim asofo a o mo kwaje bank kodi anim ade no de bank no gugu ye when omunim say omunim bank hunim dia ba mo kwagigi gu no sa cathedral issue ya bai e wo say ye kire mo hu say oman sika ye nkwose oman sika me pachawo because no serious your first democratic dispensation and I kwose oman sika as ma pachawo ma resign me.
Now talking about banks egugu here Dr. Paco Sindum eko court say kwan aban fa so eje ni bank GN bank no in twa kwan emfa kwan mu ne husom I think so. We're really judgment to Krampo.
Yes.
And but still, the Yemfa, the bank, man. Cleaning of the banking sector. It's one major issue. The unemployment because your car banks about 9 or 10 banks.
Yes.
And your car bank because you're a consolidated bank. So we believe, sir, what car banks 9, 10 ebomwa sa bank na ho de be so asene eco bank ni other banks na aka no minim bank na ho de e de na be ka efa sa banking cleaning the banking sector.
I think it's very pathetic and unza wotina radio so say that we see na wo church nsemu a ya na emotions afeli nipa dodo na adwen politics no dodo na mfa nyansa anya politics o ya the emotions and so issues no betena se tie mu ye na ono aye very judgmental no normally no emotional kind of way trigger and you know or katia me party obi any ho time obi when it comes to issues like this. So we have banking sector clean up now. There is no banking sector where awiasia omuni your friends say liquidity problems. A bank bia go back to America 2008. Abra Obama ebano. There was a recession in America. All the major corporation banks now were folding up. What he did he say or set aside huge sums of money, a capital. Then he gave it to banks now more reputation than other firms like JP Morgan Chase Bank and other reputable firms that take this money. Go and buy all distressed assets. Now, we make sure say mobile revive no amana ye because I'm Ghana for na year adwuma with these corporations. They took the money, bought several of the distressed assets and revived them so that people will not lose their job. That was the same thing we were expecting. Some of us were on radio telling governments, okay, if there are challenges, let us go the American way. Let us find money and buy these assets. And as you have a regulation mechanism, I bet him they buy. But Enam said the motivation was abroad by and the political opponents. Yen said Najuma, that was the motive. And a banker here 9 billion for recapitalization. You're spending a whooping 21 billion. So as you cannot cry, no, be about more different figures. And you do bank, or be a bank manager now to Kwangu to Prako. You can imagine the psychological trauma such a person is going through and the level of unemployment they create here. Sankaya science say you know nanka banking sector na aye robust and that's another thing. And the ADB okwa adan dey see and bank blame agu okwa your National Investment Bank the same thing your adan dey see agu hwinim and sa CBG and no be and now a dollar account will go there and tell them say they should give you your dollar. These banks are still sinking. So I know the question is who took that decision? 2020 year 2022 America about 4 banks in a good year, a Signature Bank, Republican Bank and one other bank. But almost as sense distress then they signal your friends the Treasury Department, then they find money for amount for most can 10 times now, then they bought this asset. Because one thing about some of these corporations is Papa Kwasindium Ebia Juma and then the man a Ghana for or take your friends say unemployment burden or minus or you be free and so and you need to help them. Do a point where Papa Kwasindium the Nisikano Semuna. There is no private bank. Me from where I stand, there is nothing like private bank because government that power to ensure that the financial security of the citizens is protected. And this will be a bank. The very moment I will open door to the public, and private blame public, because the state has a vested interest in Sabaya buying the money for home buying. And this is a papa syndrome. What you do, pick him up. You can either prosecute him or do whatever that you want to do with him. But unfortunately, and I'm saying, now the energy with which omoye ntino ya ntrase anwene sansema make nyina ho no an say yengu saa I know the good banks solution be na dey abaye the unemployment still ravaging. So I think say politics ye ba abaye mu nya tumi na sabi emotions na ye gigi amanfo koye we na ya na edoso ye ntrase. Then we should also appoint right people into right positions, because unfortunately the kind of politics I no kroma no enya meritorious. We don't appoint people based on their level of expertise, knowledge, or whatever. It is based on when a constituency no come in, when the financing and so forth. So I know the day you have a lot of head that position and I think that is a serious problem. I say you fix it because there are some people when your appointment the and I know the day on my gusu sinkiana yesinke because on my promise yes we have the men. Ne ya bodin akasia professors and doctors and so forth. On my in a way.
The last one, Abeiku Santana for domestic debt exchange program. Man for citizens are investing in bonds. And on a day haircutting ebaya and who pensioners normal copycat our Ministry of Finance. And then this asked me by.
I think it's a reckless borrowing. I make one seven. Abeiku, you know, say bond the most secured investment anywhere in the world. Because so we talk stocker and as we invest here overnight you can lose all your money overnight everything you top in the way. But when you buy bond you're so secure because we coupon rate and what maturation date now okay. So it is the secured investment you can do anywhere. But unfortunately I'm bossing bonnie na ya boy ya Kenyans as a nipa. This is what has happened. Ghana are declared bankrupt, which means your foreign external creditors are moka. The China car over 1.7 billion. The Paris Club car 1.9 billion. Oko the Eurobond market the car 13 billion. And the multinationals debt any revenue na say your kasi kana or mine bebo. Until we've gone there to declare to them such a kana ya demono ya bon kwasi abosia in the past ama sikana amemene ya enti yentumi ntua ya ka yesramo montwe nkwa animu mayen. And that is exactly what has happened. Abanye sa na manu wi say omode your external debt no can forgive you na. There is no way we can survive. So for the first time in the history of this country ya bakroma ama Ghana for domestically omodo musika bo aban bosia in the form of pensioners, in the form of a motor bond, in the form of more omoto treasure bill na se for no sa sika no ene President Akufo no offer second for rata I restructured that particular debt. He said no yeah twa kwa ni maturation na se eduru ha edu sika amount. Most of the people who hear this investment obi o 60 years obi o 70 years obi o 80 years me hospital na metime ya aduma. I know how these people are vulnerable when it comes to some of these things or medication. Anti-diabetic medication, hypertension, those drugs, at that age, there is nothing like postpone. These people did this investment to buy themselves this medication and to be already 80 years. Now, we catch on Chinisika anymore. A death sentence now pass mano. Why? Because a certain government decided to live a very reckless and dangerous life. Abraham Obabosiano, Nyansa Sembe na young country Mokroma. Nobody listened to anybody. And on minor bankruptcy na yademuno and in the Samra Sanema way oko Jubilee House sika yeswa ko hokokodi in a year no utia we yembesew sika yeswa ko Jubilee House. You can take the budget and read the amount of money you push the Jubilee. But President a hodie on tighten the belt then Kenoforata will come back and tell you say mon tighten the belt when James as a president belt holes na campus wa tighten. And I think that is how unserious these people are. And you see, Adeba Kwema, the Ekwanso has to do with the family friend Kabbalah. Yes, I attach it.
But remember, next issue. One of the issues are Abai Edebo, Kane Abai, Mahama Abai, Sobo, energy crisis.
Okay.
And Uti Uranapua, anytime we be
Obenya Mahama asembia no ose ona didum so ebaye na Nana do so President His Excellency eka se dum so Mahama ene de bae ono ene be survey asem no kra be no.
I think say metena haka say Mahama penso na dum so ni ho a I'll be a hypocrite. Ye nyina na Ghana we saw what happened. But the reality and the records and the fact on the ground no suggest say by the time Anna Mahama a free office na Ghana your generation capacity rise to 563,000. No, your friends say 5,631 megawatts and another peak day they here 3,700. So now there was excess because that time that various agreement buy the breaker power and another the time ko Kumasi and as for so at that particular period and I'm saying abandon lusu yentino that information and as for no didn't come to light. But the reality is all the power mix now who generation mix now buy from the independent power producers and the other way he brought those things. And then the energy sector no he came up with this ESLA at the energy sector levy where the idea was just to form a consortium of banks and who create fund now what the bank no you back on oil leader say sikana betoma take this money and sort yourself out because your generation mess no independent power producers no 50% and Sana state no so the 50%, so always near the omoka so that this whole thing was there just to ensure say sikatoma they know what disburse it for these people. Akufo-Addo by the first thing they did was to mortgage the ESLA and mortgage which I say the kosikema kwaje bosia. And the sikabi betomno, it is no longer going to the bank to service the energy sector debt. Now, that is what we are using to do. They even get fund the cry. Memo secondary school get fund a toka their school get fund your mortgage at a quadruple. So all these fund na my sikani and they sikam ajeje bosia at the sikanational. And always now you should expect to say and I'm saying young generate any aspect be a sika free ban no na energy sector no will be in trouble. So say what is na po air cancer asem na but more than bisa na say oba megawatt saying and other can your energy mix no so otimi yes answer na then you take him serious and yes they just take it like the usual your friends politics now that childish infantile politics in general public we just throw out there because we know that people are gullible, they will just swallow everything. That is the nature of politics we do. But when we are doing fact check, putting all the fact and the statistics on the ground, another day Sadio Yambatam ko Kumasi na anui and then na Mahama kofa ba ya hon sem bebre a Mary Dean na se for no at some point in time yes, a young auditing as for in some coffee by a crying at the and that particular plant and they serve the people of Kumasi power. So you should be able to tell us power and generative and come if I'm marrying Kumasi. So I think some of these politics, they are for some level of people. Emotional politics no more, but the advanced critical thinkers, there are things that such politics will not fly.
Has the media helped in dissecting the issues? Said I say a fact check, analysis and political discourse. Has the media helped?
Not at all. One observation I'm about Kramer who said there are a lot of people sitting behind console, maybe because he has the numbers. But when it comes to factual analytical discourse, I activate a nipa no. You see, say nipa not to the they don't even have it because for you to be very critical, now over to interrogate and get the best out of any issue, you must be on top of that particular issue. And again, say that now we see instead of investing wisdom and intelligence into politics, most of the media people have rather invested their stomach. So I know the day so we invest in your foolish politics. My bad I had the Kokanyans assembly. And to that Sorano pa and you throw car there a man for a canon you dear chile. But the media space, the whole essence is to educate people. Because you see, young people over the years, and I'm missing catchers also reduce our confusion. A minute more grow. People don't understand. There is still tribal, ethnocentric, emotional, sentimental politics. Ufra Branti from says I didn't know but he doesn't know. Either said no way. They don't have any understanding about politics. So I need their duty to critique the issue. For issue because and to be able to make informed decision, you need information as a basic material. You analyze it, then you make informed choices. But who is giving you the information? By I think the Abua social media. first, not traditional media no control over the media space. They decide what to share, what to discover. And there are people doing social media on a platform. For instance, Kevin Taylor, for instance, also on a platform not as well. You see the number of people watching. So nobody can control the media anymore. And so also now YouTuber, you can reach out to a lot of people. And the platforms now very diverse. That is why you see this level of political education. And I'm sure time will come. You will get there. Now, see, there are a lot of people are more are getting to the political stage because the people are gullible. Because people don't know until
Obi Sunday me audio be says here. Me pese me kamebo, but I don't want to share Nipane voice.
Okay.
Now the Nipane air can say, MPP parliamentary candidate and the member of parliament for Ayawasu was Wogon. And Dra Ediane Cha wa chair Emma and Krofu Edikibu Kotuabana. Media Ebusane say, why did you do? Osina Oniho. She has denied vehemently, said na Oniho. But there are pictures and videos now.
Okay.
And media na tra.
Yes. You see, so no. Because Obia yen the bed because election ya koi Obia obabi ojina. And the assembly as a morning plan you be defended.
No, but how can you lie to the media when the media actually have some form of exhibit or evidence say you were there? How can you lie? And the media will not, challenge her. Say, madam, asama okay, obua. Who's blue and white at the video. Now then you were captured by a media camera.
Yes.
Now see na mini cry. Near Janice. Me I think sir what will fire say you Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly. That is the word. There is no decency in our politics. There is no decency. So Obi original politics
because Obi I am from so me pamocho mo fanche me na e twaso. Ba say who to be share a domain gina public e ka say I wasn't there man ko ho de bia dia asem to me so mini ho wa breku a video no kire say wunie a wo che aduane wo se yenye me na media no ye jane sa ba pe me na ye nka ho asem bi ye jai.
Yes, because onim say
yenim say electoral offense
or address or talking to gullible masses. Sabi I know nobody will hold him accountable. Obi no be bisa no question ya oti a we bisa yi. Obi no be bisa no. And that has been the nature of our politics. And then to be a politician in Ghana is so easy because you see those times, you need to exhibit some level of intellectual dexterity. You should be able to tell people say indeed nipa we won him there. But then that is not the case. And then when we to galam say we make parliament na dey be mbiem. Me say yan hwe here Abeiku kra no obekọ Jubilee House no na monkey na te ho. Because it's about having money. We have monetized the entire political space to the extent say if you have money, you have a voice. You have money, you can buy people and get your way. But the intelligence that is needed to ensure say leading leadership, transformation, send brabo. Now koto Abama will be a galam say campaign. Again ben and or they better table, so policy table, so ama policy brabo. You will get that. So I think that the economy, as a people, Makasa, so anywhere in the world Abeko, who sustain bad governance, the people are not innocent, they are not victims, they are sponsors and accomplices. Because and they give you the oxygen of publicity to what is happening. Now say nipa no sorry you human saka say no, me MPP ni, but ade we consider in some me NDC ni ade we dey no. Akufo the promise yes oba be we. Na me tena se hwe nsem na okeka na no. You cannot install Bawumia on us when he's part of your government. The failure everything now the guy is in the middle of it. So what is he bringing? These are legitimate intelligent questions that we should be asking. But unfortunately yes, media bisa critical question because obi assume the yafunu. So at the day on mine na ebo. Na nka ban say na Ghana ene hwe debt ene. Ghana so here be free ba abran kroma tam besi ne the kind of investment the advances Ghana here motorway am told na London kwana motorway endi ho. Nti ban say na ne we are still under the bus and investments here nipa brabom. Those things are not there. You wake up a day, people sit on TV and they say, oh, and GDP ni na say GDP away. Another day, and GDP as a metric, even Simon Kusnet or none of the buyer to gauge how countries are doing. And so said the ACT na and to measure the actual welfare of the people. And then the human development index because and then capital literacy.
Ma membu sao asemi I think say hono say only media ebe ya adua na be bom sobo. His Excellency the Vice President, in 2020, na oye campaign at the bois, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And some be our we will move from taxation to production.
Yeah.
Taxation to production. But taxes ni levies be bria na ban ediaba no. Ombeche mu de okaye say ye fa taxes be bria emba. E-levy tax, we shall not charge Momo. Otina radio sukai, we will not charge Momo. Because if you charge Momo, it will be cyclical. Then the Momo payer will also charge and it will be. The video is there.
Yeah.
Our car say, yen charge Momo.
Yeah.
But, Sabi, Parliament passing e-levy, Embrano. Omo no mo yare wa broche nyina you can play e mo buy e mo be pass here iti e dem no sani pay asan etwa no ka se me ba metwa e-levy mu na enye ntro ne ndada e na de dada adenti ni yentumi question embusa sa promise we say o ka sa won charge me mu enso wa charge me iti e be dem majwe didi e wo ka che me say oba obeye.
Yes. And Sasema Wokai and Oko White House press briefing, that is exactly what happened. Biden promise America for said Nebajo Yefen say Hunter Biden pardon. Omoda sorry what he answer pardon. And people were calling him our press briefing our White House and adia yede the secretary no why papa no dim to America for he told them say pardon the ban but
American media.
Exactly. They were very critical and now where all the major platforms and as for people are calling Biden say he should resign for lying to the American people. But Obayekroma, go and check. Nobody is even talking about it. So we are coming to the level of your understanding with issues of politics. Nipa nanka say you didn't there you anti politics na say yeah doing say a tribal sentiment and affinity that kind of way no. And we don't see the need to hold people accountable. And nanka so we have taxes to the sense that you dear about COVID. COVID by other country people will enjoy incentive. Why to who UK, US, and as a forum benefit and I'm for yeah, taxes are
that's COVID.
Exactly.
Tax.
Then the vice president have the gut to come and tell people that they should vote for him. That is the highest level of disrespect. I'm expecting say Ghana is serious. COVID
World Bank ne IMF so ya sima yesikano.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so COVID tax.
COVID tax. To the stand say me bet cry boys di twintwa omo ho ye de aduru ho a obi di ne bet ya ye san kwaje ne tax na se for. But you see taxes na ye je no okwa there is no government in the world that want tax, but tax na wo je anyansa de be na wo de ye. That is the question. But Umia hasn't been able to tell us say 8 years taxes be brebe ya jiji weni ye de on top of it your boss ya sian bagu so obi beside that question, and that question is very legitimate, and I'm hoping say
right.
The media in this country will sit down and one day omo abehu the damage emubinom aye to this country, how unfair, and why are some are sacrificing or mine for their stomach and why young people continue to suffer until say about say asserting the rules of engagement. Now you're straightening the issues not up. I'm a beer who say Nyama NDCO MPP, the ultimate destination is Ghana. We need to whip the sense of patriotism and nationalism in Ghana for the gut to defend our country and not political parties. But you wake up on daily basis, the defense is about political party. Now, you have respect for him, not to only defending Semunu because I am a party. And I think that is there.
Ora Ivan Che Innocent, a youth activist and a social commentator, and on election promises versus the reality, the comparative analysis of the government's performance. Now, Yejina Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution, so and a cassette. The sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down in the Constitution. Yamfa emotions, insults, tribalism, and politics. Obi a politics ano now we mean politics because politics are based on facts. The facts and the politics, the policies and the politics, the ideas and the politics. It is somewhere can you questions based on information. Na se media no emfa information emba bonten. Na media no nye factual analytical discourse. Ma manfo ehu asem no kure wom no mu fa decision ewu mu a. The media has been unfair to the society, says Ivan Che Innocent, a youth activist. Na ana yede ene komotwetwe no besi ne krakrakra mu yekoto aba eye memneda eden necessary voter bia ehu na yekasa vigilance. How do we protect the voters ballot? Aba ebeto no uti nkomo bia nkrofo ka aba no de when betumi awi o ba wan ho mbewiem oni nipa miensa bia kasa omukasa abato no omubewiem na minim the man nkrofo ewosa high suspicion ne se abato no omubewiem best 3-4 days ago and electoral commission be ka se on media no ekwan enko media ni nyina ekwan enko polling station ni collation centers media no ababe kasa etia isaze bi sida Ghana bakosem my electoral commission no atwe na no asɛn ebeto dwa se asojafo ebeko collation centers wabra yenim se asojafo enye omadwuma no because ebisi wo eye tachima 2020 abato no se sojafo beko. The Chief of Defence Staff at the Ababeto Abonting through the Public Affairs Directorate said Sojani Bia ni honoma SSA oko polling station but minim so maka collation centers in so because abato na yekoto memeda no abana wo beto ewo polling station hono eye baako yekokeka bo abato bebremu ewo constituency ansa na ye baako for parliamentary abato obeto eye polling station bia no eye baako ye keka ni nyina bom ewo regional any national na ye baako e be ama presidential in the presidential election there's one constituency. In the presidential election there's only one constituency. Enti abaro ye kan o polling station wa ye wie SSA abaro efi polling station wo eko constituency collation center efi constituency collation center eko regional collation center na efi regional collation center ako national collation center eno ene de kan presidential enti ni yepa presidential no uto ewo polling station de yakan wo no ye wie. Now, in the process of transmitting the results from the polling station to the constituency, to the regional, to the national, no, in the process, any masasa, pin sheet, words, any figures, etunisasa. Adinti, Yabeka say, Obia enya vigilant, because. And yes, I want to abandon you and the account of polling station, and no Nebeko constituency. The returning officer never show a pin sheet, so it will be a mistake. No figures, no show, a different from words. A copy our constituency on ma, not at the Assam Abba. A winty and the Ekas will be vigilant. Your final words, Ivan.
Yeah, I think that elections, Ghana is the ultimate destination. I has a violence-free elections. And said that we see kind of suspicion very high because I had the posture and the posturing of the electoral commission or more than never be breadiama Ghana for trust and said that but we are hoping say Ghana for will be given the power and opportunity to go there and decide nipo moto abamano na young konya will be attempted to bend the legitimate will of the people of this country because I am not sure say among for other fans because who the ecoso in terms of amount for yanko signing peace accord, yan signing peace agreement, and a whole lot of stuff. Peace and the event is a process that you need to work to achieve it. Because whenever you negotiate peace on the premise of injustice, a war and a postpone, and we have to be very, 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 very careful about that. And the security agencies, but who military, for my idea, issuing a statement, say they will not be part of the offense process in Nasifon because they see what the Chiman are be seen there. Proper investigation be into nipa 8 actually among kwano. That is not what Ghanaians are expecting going into this particular elections. So you can get political parties or sign a peace accord and say for, but we should remember say any peace be negotiated on the premise of injustice be a war in postponement. Enti you making sure say you be my worse. Your friends a commitment to say by the right thing no. The whole incentive be motivate you na aba. So at the end of the day the Ghana for the 2 million man no on and never be your mind so na nyese some individuals be share baby scheming and manipulating the whole system because the electoral commission then clear say they are not for the people of this country. They are there just to work for their puppet masters and so. But Ghana for will speak on the 7th of December. Okay. And I sure say peace will prevail.
Ghana for Ebekasa 7 December na Asunji Ebeyojuma Elizabeth Gazy UK Ivan Wakasapa Piao Nathaniel Amwako Menu. I really like this man. He can talk sense pa. You should keep it up. Good show. Thank you so much. And okay. Producer bet me akwaso kakra na mpese me kai messages na Ivan Beka say nsantwo for nde mo dey answer mo kai message goso Ando Francis Ivan, I must say your social justice delivery on diversity, equity and real issues or real ideas in the participation in community organization for this social change by all of us is deeply appreciated. Keep it up, comrade, from Echo Ando Francis and also Edibaye. Peace negotiated on the premise of injustice is war in postponement. Tony Juve and also Edibaye. In fact, people are commending you, and let me state here that I reach out to you through my producer that I've been watching you, following you on Onia TV and other platforms. You are very eloquent, you are very deep, and you are even unbiased. You say it as it is. Where you think say NDC are wrong, you say it without fear or favor. Sure. And I think that you should keep it up. Sure. But such people who appointment. Now, life is not about money. You see, when you have higher conviction, there are things that are far better than money. Be maternal hospital, a scaffold baby women at the point of their death. So life is not about money. Or be an dream from life is about buying car. No. It's about having your conviction intact. That is life. God bless you, Ivan. That's CP. Thanks for coming.
Okay, FM 101.7.
It's in few days in Sieni. It's only Juma. Wow. Charlie, Mabukra Yebu. So Nisika would imagine some Mantia. And once I would number Minusa. Omokra degrees I can see a credit fee. Name. Asempa. What's the National Apprenticeship Program? National Apprenticeship Program. Annual. John Mahama any NDC. Ebepa National Apprenticeship Program. No to 2025. Now, one of my 1 person will Muslims and Juma. Benefit technical education. Ebemo should be free. That's free. Annual. Sanuma Yababe should free. And this episode kusha carpentry, ceramics, so pesoya world, and auto tiles, and albotry, and as a organizer, and as a peso pamontadi, so pesoya electrical, POPA, Nabaswell, BA, and as a woman purpose of Sedrian and Wanina, and Mabube to me about the Yabini. I'm out for our best sans and you will be body cut. I am almost a cabotina, the best way to mass. Okay, I am say, yo, mama. The National Apprenticeship Program, a year me that swore the Magan and me be a winning. And your bread resays are true for my boyfriend. You may you be free of pain. Now you go for John Dramani Mahama, Sans and Penny Fossey, Sanko for Yeti to a Maman Sacre, Papa, to a Bama Dom Hama and NDC.
Okay, FM 101.7. Okay, FM 101.7. It's in few days in Sieni. It's only Juma. Wow.
Charlie, Mabukra Yebu. So Nisika would imagine some Mantia. And once I would number Minusa. Omokra degrees I can see a credit fee. Name. Asempa. What's the National Apprenticeship Program? National Apprenticeship Program. Annual. John Mahama any NDC. Ebepa National Apprenticeship Program. No to 2025. Now, one of my 1 person will Muslims and Juma. Benefit technical education. Ebemo should be free. That's free. Annual. Sanuma Yababe should be free.
ɛne sɛ wopɛ sɛ wokɔsua carpentry ceramics sɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔyɛ welder anaa auto tiles anaa wobɔtire anaasɛ vulcanizer anaasɛ wopɛ sɛ wopam ntadeɛ sɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔyɛ electricals pop yɛ na abasoa obi yɛ bio anaasɛ wopɛ wopɛ sɛ wosua aduane no ne nyinaa mmabunu bɛtumi aba bɛyɛ bi na ɛwɔ mu nie amanfo a wɔbɛsua sansan dwuma wei ɛbɛnya body krataa na yɛma ɔmo sika bɔtene a wɔde bɛhyɛ wɔ adwuma ase
deɛ wokɛ ɛyɛ mpa
sɛ ɛyɛ wo nwanwa the national apprenticeship program no ɛyɛ midasoɔ de ma Ghana mi bia woni adwuma
ɛne bread research atrofoɔ mambafoɔ yɛbɛyi wɔn afiri abɛn na yɛakɔfa John Dramani Mahama sansa mpanimfoɔ se sankɔfoɔ yɛgyi to abama nsakrae papa to abama John Mahama and NDC.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Has the exchange rate not exposed Dr. Baumia and the NPP? At the end of December 2016, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 Ghana cedis to $1. Today, it's about 16 Ghana cedis to $1. This is more than 4 times the amount of cedis one needed to buy $1 in 2016. Today, as a result of the free fall of the cedi, many businesses have lost significant amounts of their working capital, with many collapsing in the process. Did they not say yeti sikaso?
Yeti sikaso. Omenyo hiamai enam amamua enkoyeti.
Ghanaians are worse off as prices continue to soar on a daily basis. Putting food on the table has become a daily struggle. The hardship is real. It's time for change. Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Okay, FM. 101.7.
Ghana man nyina yemreni o oyo man yi John Mahama ne Professor Nana Jeno Pokwa Jman se wo baba mu a wo be se emesi kakrabia Women's Development Bank a eman ko na be ye ho adwuma sikakrabia be tai ma echi ama omobosia de aye adwuma ehun si hu ne ye ketua bi e free hairdresser fo so adesuafo ne yen afa na ye bi adwuma adepamfo emakuafo yen a ye nam kwan ho ton ade ne yen a ye di dwa abefo kwan so ene enyuma wodo a emada no nyina benya chefa wo mu a yeyi wo bia nsinchen no kwasam ne se John Mahama ne Professor Nana Jeno Pokwa Jman ye oman paninu na bedi eche wo man mu a emma benya gina bia papa so abama nsakrai papa so abama John Mahama ne NDC. Because NDC address was share boss so bem ye tia NHIS no capre kopa ye tia bi one time premium no
ane aba na nsukura wodi kunim wo license mu no kwantumi afa anya adwuma na kamia yesi wo begu NHIS mpo enai Sadi Pakuya Asai Shebo Efa Mahamake any free primary health care. Yeah, it's a untiaki one.
Na I say you was short memory. Yeah, and Chenny area first some said your kind. What capitation our here was Santimantemwa was this away I just say Sabia Baku pet and out in the cohon.
Na yes, is your Bonica pa. Now to raise here MPP abandon it's a crack here and Casaba.
MPP at NHIS said Mayan may be a sunya what to be a hodra, a more identity some of Fabroni Kukram. Sickle cell, afterward the kidney area Shemwa, a tumor Yarisaya firm kidney dialysis and Swakamu, and Ukrano, while only free a mom of Fra woman in field watch 18 years, and in penny for the free 60 years April. And then what the next year be and the insurance for our abbe for short code so.
MPP aban asadi ye mita so abawo ayarsabi asese to say agenda 111 ama ayarsabi afoforo ba mputem bebree
enti sa battery munyan to aba emfa mo yakom de ho ban yentre wo emu obi mfa bosha enina so emedada yimbio Davida
will be more
Yara 149 Ghana cedis. What's he enjoy the festive box? You have 4 large pieces of juicy chicken. The 4 zinger wings at Kaho. Get the mash and gravy up in our mouth. So we put chips. And now so we put spicy rice. We put the cassia swap. But again the festive feast. Only 279 Ghana cedis. 8 pieces of chicken. 8 zinger wings. You have 2 mash and gravy. Any 2 portions of chips. You send that every KFC stores in here. So we will be 24/7. I think bring you EFC and your finger licking good.
Ghana for Medindi Dr. Ima. If we bra MPP bar bam, Watimia Tretre Yapumudi Sheshe, any wounds and sem Ediama Ghana for or PPP num. Which say, we see Ayar Sabia Bibri in Kuras, ambulance a hodro, zip line Abe for Panya or Fasuchin Ru Ama Doctor for Moyeha.
And poor Dr. Ima, your friend Jane, your nursing, and you know for your den PP Abayasi, or map Mudia Juma and a hearsem. I feel beer was sharp Mudia Juma Mukina. Sika or do Bogo brain young when you are Fibia 20%. I pay for Fibia dear Jumanenso, and Yadia one and you. What it say a nurse if will be free. Ye manager crowds when they say, was also the Sika, the man nurse for awarding to Tianwa Sama. I are Sabi a crab bishop.
MPP 2024 manifesto no Asha Bosse Yapumude won Shishanin Semino or Beshimukina. After so will be re Abe for Kwanya or Faso Edidi Juma or Yeta project no more. Was also AC Agenda 111 Ayar Sabia Ewo Maymunina. Ebeboa Edi Inuma and Primo Dioson Abba Ama adopter for nurse for any Apumudi Ejuma for.
Hey, ain't waitress say a nurse for when you're Jumani Nabini Jumayana.
Sapepe will be Jumaye no wasanya a moto Ewo Jumani.
Ghana for Umayan Boy Apumude, she said,
Wabanama Dr. Baumia, Tuma number 1.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Has the exchange rate not exposed Dr. Baumia and the NPP? At the end of December 2016, the cedi to dollar exchange rate was 4 Ghana cedis to $1. Today, it's about 16 Ghana cedis to $1. This is more than 4 times the amount of cedis one needed to buy $1 in 2016. Today, as a result of the free fall of the cedi, many businesses have lost significant amounts of their working capital, with many collapsing in the process. Did they not say Yeti Sikaso?
Yeti Sikaso. Omenyo hiamai. Enam amemua enkoyeji.
Ghanaians are worse off as prices continue to soar on a daily basis. Putting food on the table has become a daily struggle. The hardship is real. It's time for change. Vote for change. Vote for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Kwame, mi ya umuao. Me ba penyu no kane no animade pa. Na so nan se bua no obon. Me dwene ho amenti ase.
Na so we dey simple kra. Fa no ko White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Na yen checking anima no.
Oh, jai samani abrewate. Me ba bo na me ka asma chwas me fa ne ko Eye Care clinic.
Na wonnim se enkwada bi wo no mo a. Wo de sua enkoyie nyina no efi wani. Akwada bi wo a abra teacher ni kyira de no. Won hu ade ni yi. So wo tie anima na so wo tie akire. E ba ne sa. Fa no bra White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Nye nhwemu mfa ne no. Ohaw bia entam se bewe na esia no ama no.
Ayampa o. Na sekro ne yade no eba emonka ye. Wadwe o se bibia ye fine. Wo be ko na bibia ka echi na wani sei. Na sekro masate se wono momoja broso na esi kire yade no. Aye na momoni yade pa.
Sapepepe. Onipa bia kra no afimu wankwa check up awani ho kra no. Enyem prenu. White Stone Dental and Eye Clinic say fa wono wabusua nyina. Ebra na yenye hwehwemu emfa moni ene mo se ho. Ohaw bia no yebehwe na esia no e de amamo. Ye wo Abeiku fidie ultra modern diagnostic machines ahodo a ye de yesa nhwemu no. Ye dwuma efon so de. Wani wote enti uba ye beje o fel so. White Stone Dental and Eye Care e wo East Legon. Ye be MTN office kese no. Free was 024 225 1983 and 024 045 2992. White Stone Dental and Eye Care. Wenni Eno Kania.
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce PSHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with PSHS.
ɔka sɛ ntimi ma so ɔka sɛ ɛyɛ daiso bi nanso MPP the free SHS aba mfia so a atwa mu yi mu no asuafoɔ bɛboro 5 million ɛna wɔanya afasoɔ ɛfiri free SHS mu free SHS ma akwanya abɛda hɔ ama wɔn deɛ wɔn bi mpo anya bi kɔ
kane no na mabusua ntimi ntwa me tetia ho ka o nanso tibeta mama konya ama mesua me ankasa me nsa no odwuma mehwehwɛ daakye papa ama me
free SHS mame akwanya mame kɔ senior high school Mesia Science said that she may a doctor.
Free SHS, the pie di Esha Ghana Dachin Puntium, Mumaya Moya Meblu Dachi Mumbai, or Bra to Abama number 1, December 7, to Abama Baumia.
Se fieni bibi akomanewa, eni yen kofi, yenko bibi eni jewo. Baby a tinke mo dewo. Baby a cereal. And in process to the beer, baby, I yet tennis. Yanko baby, you bet me a tree agony. May you yasim beer.
And sent sweet.
Baby, I didn't my pepper sasaya sakit one. A ye me room. Yan coffee, baby, odo, or she, any need you.
But then you are a CFE, MTN home, and our data bundles for the only account fee, any other for a mountain time, and what a quantum so broadband.mtn.com.gh, and I want my MTN app, so let's see and we are.
It's in few days in Sieni. It's only Juma. Wow. Charlie, maybe I'm a mukra yebu. So Nisika would be jeans on Mantia. And once I would number minus, Mukra degrees I can see a credit fee. Name. Asempaba. What's a national apprenticeship program? National apprenticeship program. Annual. John Mahama any NDC ever pan national apprenticeship program no to 2025. Now, one of my 1 person will Muslims and Juma Bonifer technical and vocational. The Bemo should be free. It's free. Annual. It's Anuma Yabba free. And there's also carpentry, ceramics, so person world, and auto tiles, and albotry, and as a organizer, and as a person pamontadi, so person electrical, POP, Nabasua will be a year, and as a woman purpose so Sedrian and Wamina, and Mabu to me about the Yabi, I'm out for be sans and woman will be a body cut. I am almost a cabotina, the best way to mass. Okay, I am back. Say, young mama, the national apprenticeship program, a year me that sword the Magan and me be a winning Juma. And your bread says, I true from my boyfriend. You may you be free of them. Now you go for John Dramani Mahama, Sansa Penny Forces, Sanko for Yeti to a Maman Sacre, Papa, to a Bama Domhama, and NBC.
Okay, FM 101.7.
Keke for Sumo Power Bill. Ediani bi sin kwantane so. Medie asin tuada. We die nyame ano apapransa. Wa she. Ukoka almost a word play. How can you play with this word? Na
Also, what did the day so many other minda? Oh, mindo, I did the day so many other minda, oh, mindo, Badrim Mammy and Mary, Badrim Mammy, Odo Badrim Mammy and Mary. Badrima me na Mary, odo famiko KFC na medi. Famiko KFC bronya na medi di wo ho. KFC aduane dia finger licking good. Yes, it's that time of the year. Christmas adu. KFC to safa oni abusua. But you say wonko KFC da. Why a big mistake pa. KFC is all about sharing the joy, the love and happiness. So me yiri me mani pia baby ankwada ede o mawofo adwe ya ba ko ye KFC me patcho bro ye KFC say you 149 cedis ene wonafo no woni wabusuafo betumi adibo ame ane betu ya ma festive feast 279 Ghana cedis woni wadofo no nyina o and now you 20 cedis and now 40 cedis is what you ma perfect combo eti bronya idea eni jeni nyina wo KFC festive season KFC festive season Minim sabronya obi wo be pie enyumre anadwo 10 11 12 opedi na di komode no me patcho KFC ye bie no every day 24/7 KFC is open 24/7 to keep you satisfied this season. And you don't miss out the fun this Christmas. Share the joy, share the love, share the happiness, finger licking good food, and make memories with your favorite people this Christmas. Our KFC. Visit any KFC branch at Bellwall. This festive season here, unforgettable KFC. It's finger licking good. The J's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. The hottest artist in Ghana at the moment, Ara the J.
Abeiku Santana, driving you home and making you feel okay.
Abeiku Santana. Well, I see tension in the atmosphere. I'm here to cool down the tension. Saturday baba, you better abasun baba. Resource in baba, but make sure say you are vigilant to protect your ballot and your vote. After that, Bronya, December in GH. Then the flag you go for land. Our J is already built to perform at Afro Future. After all, we all be one. And no watch nobody. Hey, no one listen. See Baba got it. I'm gonna give you the story. I did the end of it. So make your own story. Alright, so if you are craving for some sunshine and festive vibes, Christmas Eve, pick up your passport
and go to South Africa. Yeah, because South Africa got a lot. That's the rainbow.
Success in a couple of things.
From Suksan,
the trouble it brings. Where's we break us?
Beaches, lively market, breathtaking views, culture, everything, wildlife, adventure. Yeah.
From the ghetto, rich kid.
Pick up your passport.
When you dream big.
Africa, www.southafrica.net and check out the fantastic festive offers. There's so much more to see in South Africa.
Okay.
It's a visa-free country. Okay.
Life is short like me. When I'm in the storm,
yeah, no, it's so far, but there's a Kenya. My friend, I got that place in the baby Bronya. Yeah, no, it's so far, but there's a Kenya. Rich man and his cookie, one that don't go barao, his cookie, and what is Canada, his cookie, rich man and his cookie, one that don't go barao, his cookie.
Well, happy birthday to the baddest selector in the building in the house of Despite Media, DJ Young Boy, a better boy DJ. Yo, happy birthday to DJ Young Boy. It's his birthday today.
All right, I'm back again. You know what time it is? Straight up.
Bad boy DJ Young Boy.
I'm back in my neighborhood.
Well, wishing you God's blessings, wishing you long life with a super excellent health. More money, no trouble. Happy birthday and come out DJ Young Boy.
I guess I'm the young from the Prodia Soma. I saw when you have the young one, I just am fighting a few guys, one young one, but my book one, many things, Mamma, one on the Jamaica. Hey,
you ever celebrate you?
I'm over near my party. I must say, I don't to be a man, second in the mirror, but some
cash for you, Shout out from Edom Sikapa. All right, 5 more minutes and Arada J takes over your radio. Now ready to boost your viewing experience. Showmax is your best bet. It's only Showmax. Open the latest blockbuster movies, popular international and local series, kids shows and Premier League. The union now are Showmax, so not you. Showmax. So say I'm not quite a bit to me so with Showmax. Or you visit www.showmax.com. SHOWMAX Showmax and follow the prompts. Uber to the MTN Momo and our Visa MasterCard. You're good to go. You can stream your favorite content, watch it from the comfort of your home. It will be our smart TV. Open social movies. Go www.showmax.com. All the latest blockbuster movies, you can watch them. Go ahead and add a little more to your viewing experience. Showmax, streaming for Ghana.
Abeiku Santana, driving you home and making you feel okay. 101.7, Ghana is listening.
Sɛ wopɛ amokuya na wonya ɔtwe asomdwe ɛne yɛ teteberɛ no ɛnɛ sɛ wopɛ amokuya na woanya amokuya kɔpɛ wɔ soro deɛ mega wodeɛ kɔpɛ wɔ soro anaa kɔpɛ ɛyɛ hippopotamus dabi o don't settle for less o bronya bɛrɛ obi bɛba bɛsa wɔ fie ɔba wo fie ɔbɛkɔ toilet so ɔbɛsrɛ sɛ oh me patro can I use your washroom yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ bɔmmɔde asɛ ɔbɛsiesie fie ebi a wo nkonnwa bi atete ebi a wo bed no benya hoho for any latest for showroom na ko hwe nkonnwa omaye omo sofa efe leather dear ne upholstery dear colorful beautiful elevate your living room change your furniture nkonnwa empa cabinet wardrobe bibi aye furniture this year demo dear furniture latest for Can I say your drill hole? Your ultimate relaxation in mind and your latest room mattress. So picture yourself waking up refreshed and rejuvenated and ready for the day's task. That is the latest room promise. What you spend in your well-being. A comfortable na TV and now drink this in China. Latest phone. What Brabo Munyonko? 0302 231155.
And I'm going
Michelle, mommy, be an area or star bites. And I said, Abeiku, please, can I take a picture? I said, why not? Come. Public figures, we don't have private life in public. Yes, yeah. Obi are a public figure, be about you don't have a private life. I don't know my wife a call program. You do public press, I bet maybe Dikayo. What's your uncle for the Obajin Chiasa? Metiasia. Me call a star by Terrier and Michelle, maybe you're so on the picture. Tell me, picture, no, some man, come. Are you shy? Come and greet uncle. I call another uncle, God bless you. So why? I said, uncle, I'm wearing these glasses because of you. Mommy took me to White Stone Eye Clinic. That's where they got it for me. It's only 590 cedis. I call a kitwa, starting any problem. So say it weekend card, you're about time, we're back as an year with me. And Trasen Casse, and at the end when you are, remember when it there. For Doctor, our White Stone Eye Clinic 024-225-1983 024-225-1983. You are Doctor for a bin for Mesha Banani Amano when you can when you want you any for White Stone Eye Clinic. Any doctor Enkasa 024-225-1983 White Stone Eye Clinic. When ni any Okania. I fed them to na Arade J aba Kulun Ghana Limited do power the aba your friend Mr. Kill. Mr. Kill draw a boost immune system 1, 2 a sanso maujina onaso ebo and paso juma 3 ma umoja edi afusane eti bema bi amabre ena menya tinka menya feeling crown me yire aba ena me whole sorry no. Let this be a thing of the past. Get a Mr. Kill a draw eye a friend recharger and be a woman. And my password you may pa me patcha say ubenya a good erection and rapid one and gives you power. He wale yami. What do I say? Mr. Kill no awadi room a memedru eti numbi a ewo and twankitin kitimu ne bo nso efo onoma within 15 minutes no say o team fifi na cha say omoja no eye adwuma Mr. Q if we Kulun Ghana Limited or be a real man afi e man so ubu sana wa ya say ya enye bomode ya say obepedu e friend no eye araba banzin pills and only 2 menstrual cramps any menstrual disorders if you udimo bi o moja bo so akumayare say me pressure koso stopping in term king tablet a natural homeopathy drug enye edu a side effect bia enti ebeboa o blood pressure no for 0244 139 176 24 and for 0244 139 176 oko pharmacy shop bia ubenya bi ato ewomu. Right, ladies and gentlemen, Ketsi MTN and a Kivu 4-in-1 Gary soaking mix. Madama Anna and Yane Ara de J.
Get on, Dre. Yeah, summer brand here, me just yeah. Me do my dance here. Me sit daddy for half for my life, cooking up a militante. Timmy nimi huadate. Rise to me peno yeah, to the bank up and tell me got to send something my mind racing. Some bridges are going to take by speed. When I back see and go see and go. Dawi forward and back in the van. Now you murder your hearts, no shoes in the gun. No smoking me up, see my say me live. So I pray for you guys, peace and that's your become. Yes I do, Buburo Kosi and the Abbey. Yeah, let's leave a year, but I'm not soon that you're support person, yeah, about it,
to me baba. Upon my day as a poku farmer. I cannot front in me, I'm a city. That no one who may say what doing so bad, me dama. I say lada. You know, so I see father. Study grammar years ago. Next year, that's a fraud. You know, so I get a form mother. Now me see I am in crabby, I'm a super mini. And so my trust, no, I put here alone. You want me to jump cry, me cook so try. I don't say this why we be singing no time. I didn't drama my farm, my TMC. Go see the beer for the family. Once I know about my own fear, but nobody knows. I know I try to be a some poor person, yeah, about the money.
All right, Ghana. So you heard the J with Blacko on this one. Jesus Christ. 2. Now, the J in October this year was recognized by Apple Music as one artist that Africa must watch out. Not only that, somewhere in June, Spotify Fresh Finds Africa artist the J was also spotted on Spotify. The whole Africa. You know, so when I talk about music streaming and I say that local music streaming app will not help too much, you know, they don't understand. They thought that I'm doing politics. No, I'm talking about getting international recognition on the biggest music streaming app or the DSPs. But that aside, RJ, I'm saying now Spotify, any Apple Music, and recognize it. I mean, from June, you check Fresh Finds on Spotify, your name comes. Apple Music in October, you know, you were a spotlight on Apple Music. How did you earn this recognition? Ebani saying,
oh, what about your?
Usa oba na from my father, obian from my father. Oh, I had a JD no kasa father, and your father this in the NBU. Yeah. Oh, your mommy crown over from father mommy. Anyway, t-shirt now the video and the autograph now go see the father no boom. To be father did the tell me about the son of your recognition. Then now Apple Music and Spotify and the worker yet recognized artists in Africa.
Yeah, I think now I can say first I couldn't see Chubia Wuti at this point in time. Yeah, and again I think said the Kano and I said the no question and say BBA in Yamiado. Yeah, me did say in Yamiado and big love to the team. I mean Almighty and the Orchard. Yeah, that's the distribution team that we use to distribute our music.
Almighty.
No, Almighty Records is our team.
Okay. Yeah, Almighty Records. Team, you know. Yeah. And Orchard and a distributor. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's through the synergy between these two teams.
Okay. So big ups to Almighty Records and Orchard, the distribution company for that synergy network. Now, so how do you feel, sir? We artists Apple Music, I recognize you in October. Then also in June, Spotify, Fresh Finds. That's a Spotify. We're trying to make good Spotify as well. Over 1 million, you know, for Spotify to put spotlight on you as an artist to watch out. Fresh music artist. And then the catcher, what does that mean to you?
Oh,
okay,
I think it means a lot to us because the whole time or the aim of the work is for the message to reach the audience. Yeah, so when you are given the platform, the privilege, I think it's great. Yeah, so it means a lot to us, and it just means that we need to work more on our craft. I say more because you are getting the privilege, to reach the audience.
And when you Spotify, any Apple Music, Spotlight. Does that mean say a discount? Does it generate money?
You know, if you look at those things, those are privileges that are given you to reach the audience. So it is just presenting your music to a larger audience, which will in turn generate that revenue. Yeah, but it's not so much about the revenue in the first instance. Yeah, it's about reaching the audience first. Yeah, that's why it seems like it's an opportunity kind of. Yeah.
Okay, Yanko Apple Music top 100 in Ghana. What that top 3 Apple Music top 100? What that top 3 since August? We release Jesus Christ 2, and then Ufa Apple Music Africa best of 2024 playlist, and also Apple Music Africa now. Apple Music Africa now. Now obi a streaming enyum bia no person who use the search terms and search words the search enye sabi a wo hu ni oko Spotify #fresh finds Africa artist obi hu Arade J and that was in June. Later Apple Music Spotify artists in October. Then Oba August Apple Music top 100 since August release. You know when you validation from Apple Music Africa now best 2024 playlist. Okay, only Black Sherif collaboration, you know, and they saw me peak rising ebayana.
I think as you were saying, the first one was in June. Yeah, so I think as we said earlier on, it is that work between the team and the distro, the orchard. Yeah, that's brought about most of the things, because the teams now work out, they reach out to these people. Yeah, but then again, that notwithstanding, the song I released with Sherif also had that maximum I don't know, for lack of a better word, that maximum impact. Yeah, I mean, among the other songs.
City joy.
Okay, but now I can say the kind of teams too now
Almighty Records any orchard, okay.
And no other music, and among them Ministry of the that has also reached a wider audience.
Great.
Also contributed to all these things, because I believe Senko almost share their way the music you are releasing, how it's impacting.
Okay.
So
Yababa or latest Odiaba ahead of the debut headline show Nimo Live Yabeba so Odi Wankasawo show event Ebaso 19th December Alliance Française Nimo Live. Now last year Emma Meti Wonka through Kwesipi Baha exactly a year around this time December last year 2023 Emma Kwesipi Baha ede nenyumbi ebae densu eti yebo densu na me say na voice band and I see a friend Ara DJ
different start to my coma. I dance so happy I am a film body happy. Me are session of force in Italia. Mammy also a car race of China for no office. Mammy I am a person I shall different start to my coma. I dance so happy I am a film body happy.
Okay, so this was the song. And that was the first time I met Arade Jinka a year ago, and it was very, striking the voice was very striking. I said, wow, voice being. So Sekwesi I walked to him and I said, we find Aradeje. And I'm saying, come on, this is the new voice, this is the new sound. And Nimone, your friend is saying Jesus Christ too. Now I'm saying no. I went to Mahiranache. So I told one of my team members, Winston, and I'm catching Winston say, me Hiano. Now apparently that now me see me Hiano was a Wednesday. I'm a Wednesday born, and that was the day I would drop a Jesus Christ too. And that's how come you came here and you share it. Now let me make this confession. Me call Tanzania Dar es Salaam. I don't know, maybe September or October. And Chebia. It's me choir no. Na mene the ambassador, French ambassador to Tanzania and Zanzibar. Everything come about music and Sophie Bagan how be Paris in Accra. And Accra in Paris, in the money are there. Nambusa said, is she going to repeat the same thing or here in Ghana? No, so no, there be something different, something new. So we started talking. And yeah, bobo artist thing. And me can Aradeje. To me can Aradeje and no ana wako ako gugu. Oko gugu we now enyum bi a French enyum. C'est la vie. Yeah. Then he said, how come I didn't know this guy? And I say, yeah, so that's the new sensation. That's the hottest, the newest sensation. And I know, sir, she has reached out to you.
Yeah, Vada Bajai.
Wafel?
Oh, yeah.
Onu Wakasa?
Bajai.
Right. So if you saw the video, now you do home come on, and we posted it. And I think, sir, I was trying to reach you, and I sent a message, and I told the team to get in touch with you. I am particularly proud of you, not because I know you, but because Onyankopon ama wenibia enene yesronko. So big up yourself.
What
do you know for Fraba? And the title, no, especially about election, because the title of the song, you know, is not good for Ghana, it's good for Rwanda and Somalia. What do I say? Grenade. And I'm saying, now China came election, and grenade by this time. What's the story behind the song?
So as you see a grenade is compressed until it's released. Yeah, until you remove the key before it blows out. Yeah, and the message in the song is yeah, bre. Also me a cocoa cratchy, but me bottom swati jaminido. Yeah, and we are talking about the current state of where we are right now and the kind of decisions that we need to make if we are saying that actually yeah, bro. And to whole situation now, who say we a cocoa cratchy and power bottomatia. Also say was all far journey. Yeah.
Wait, men Casanche. Yeah, die who yanjin crato. We a cocoa cratchy, that's a bottom watia grenade. Pie to pie. Stay tuned.
Okay, FM. Okay. 101.7.
Shut! 7 December on the ballot paper. Just look for the umbrella.
Chieno.
The umbrella. Mahama and the umbrella.
24-hour economy. December 7th, just say Fira. Me to me, Chayo.
Media, Metima, Cosi number 8. Hey, landlord, man, yes, I'm mistaken a bit da. Oh, someone see the ballot paper number 1. Adia wash Chinia. Meda say, Ube mama picture, Chinia no Ben Kumzoa. After Bossona, and what Chinian in Champion. Now before Cocoromutino, Fit Simsa, Dakan Kuamu, Dimi Cocoromoti Tim Box no Ria, a DMB simple. Make sure, sir, Ube people will say clean. And someone the one Sako can ballot paper no wabo.
Said ya, ink no anki kemu and say waban.
Sapepe, Peminiaba. So what's our ballot paper now? And so you want to engulf me in catastrophic
Pagma, Upase Mama, William time, I'm Shasi to Aba, and Yamaba, me to Ma, Kwame Nkrumah, and 1960 Abano, Obey Poto.
Sir, and I wouldn't miss us out to Abano Sana, would miss some quadruple for ever 20 years. And then what? Empon and Kokra and Berewa, I have for Sabi, almost waiting Damino, why dear ye, when you will be a wedding feeding what she aircraft, which in the dia. But when you know, what born waiting to Abani. That's so
irrefutably simple. Thank you for this enlightenment.
Kayo, not to what be your Majon Mahama. For Kokro with 2 bucks and one. I want to
Vote right for John Mahama.
This advert is FDA approved. My man, I heard there's a new app on the streets that does it all for you.
Really? How is that possible?
Charlie, I also could not believe it too. But I downloaded the app and I'm telling you, I was able to chat with my friends, make video calls, and
well, we know of many apps that can do that.
Oh, let me finish la. I was also able to listen to the latest songs, play games, and read the latest sports news.
For real?
Yeah, and I can send and receive money from the app. Amazing, no?
What's the name of this app?
It's called Ayoba.
Ayoba?
Yeah, Ayoba.
Get Ayoba, your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, share, play, pay, and listen to music all in one app for everyone. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN and download the Ayoba app today. Everywhere you go.
It's in few days in Sieni. It's a winner, wow.
Charlie, maybe I'm a Mukra Yebu. So Nisika would have been on Mantia, and once I would number Minusa, or Mukra degrees I can see a crowd to defeat Name.
Asempaba, what's a national apprenticeship program, Lenka?
National apprenticeship program.
Annual John Mahama, any NDC, Ebepan National Apprenticeship Program, no 2025. Now, one of my 1 person will Muslims and Juma, Bonifant, technical vocational, the Bemo should be free.
What's free?
Annual, Sanuma, Yababa, free. And there's also a carpenter, ceramics, so Pessoa world, an auto tower, an albotry, an asset organizer, an asset Pessoa Pamontadi, so Pessoa electrical, POPA, Nabasua, BA, and as a woman purpose of Sedrian and Nomina, and Maburu to me about the Yabini, a month for our Busua Sans and Juma will body cut. I am almost a cabotina, the best way to master.
Okay, I am back.
Say, yo, Mama, the National Apprenticeship Program, no, and you that's what the Magan and me be a winning Juma.
And your bread says, I throw from my both way. You may you be free of them. Now you go for John Dramani Mahama, Sans and Penny Force, Sanko for Yeti to a Maman Sacre, Papa, to a Bama Dom Hama, and NDC.
Steady riding, now we on the low.
Alright, there's a brand new one from Ara the J. He calls this one Grenade.
See a blow, steady riding, now we on the low. What chance it behind that summer penny? When they come back, move on, yeah. Try me, jam my lonely. See a brand new one way. Only a whole one, share me, daddy. So me job for the cold days. I'm just a fella, no born great. So me friend to mad every born way. Christian into she run into us, a jack or you so my ma. When no cross over show mommy, you nobody reciting my ilala. It's not a cross who are having with time, but I'm about to stop with the kumbaya. Baby want to mean time and I'm not just a diamond. On a mission, I'm into me diamond. The job bro, the job bro. Send me a cool cracky. I'm finding good flagging. I do you do. I know go for. Every time I say cool flag. Yeah, I'm in for me goes flow flag. So I'm on the side and I'm Akomane ya se home tali. Edene sana ejane sani. That we packing you could show sign. Edene sa slow steady just the go. Every day is slow the panic. Only blessing for you slow the coming. That we pack it up to my son. Kwame my bro. Usumi new. Yami pro by the dash of plastic. Tell me to me do. Stack on the floor. Back on the wall. Me tiny credits. Me you be on my flow. Make come and bend and salmon and I put two. Told me my boy take a time when you go. Anytime that you down while you low. Don't say I'm praying. We still need to shit running to us. It's up when you see my man. When no class but you know me or anybody. It's out in my illa. It's not a crash to go home and down it. I'm not stuck with the Kumaya. Everyone to me Germany, I'm just a Germany. On the mission, I'm into me Germany. I don't remember not coming last. And I'm a Vaseline. Yami 17, I'm a that's whoop. Oh yeah, mama, cause they don't know the code. Sneak and Yami just be striking numbers when I'm feeling low. I say, me know that's in me. Clean the sauce. I see her brother be bold. A friend is all crab, I can't we go. So it's all for eternity to wait for passion. Free that come and move, there was silence. You can wish so many more, there be no panic. When you cry, most you see the Sunano can say I said, I'm so can say I come. Still go do I'm feeling more. Do the pay while we shine is a crying war. Any house to go down when I praise the Lord. Christian institution running to us, a jack or you so my back. When you cross the way, show mommy or anybody, they recite in my illa. It's not a cry to a high with time, but I'm about to stop with the kumbaya. Everyone to me, Germany, not just a Germany. On the mission, I'm into me, Germany. A giant bro. Send me a boo.
Big stink sound, a hip hop beat. This is Grenade, brand new one from Arada J.
Only your hoe and the shaman daddy. So me job for the cold days. I'm just a fella, no born great. So me friend to mad every born great. Christian into shit running to us, a jack or you so my imba. Me no class to be show mommy, you anybody recite my illa. It's not a cry to harm me, one time, but I'm about to stop with the kumbaya. Baby want to mean time and I'm not just a diamond. On the mission, I'm into me diamond. A job, a job, see me a bro, off on the boat, don't try to I'm me goes close, man. Someone me beside and a hammy. I come on, I share home and talent. Then the sun and John Sunny. Then we packing your push your sign. And then the sun slow, steady just to go. Then he is throwing the panic. Only blessing for you, throwing the coming. Then we pack it up to my son. And call me my bro. Usumi no. Yami pro by the dash of plastic. Telling me to me do. Stack on the floor. Back on the wall, me tiny credits. Me no be on my floor. Make my business, I'm in a patrol. Show me my butt every time when you go. Anytime that you down while you low. Don't say I'm praying. This on the two shit running to us.
At this moment in your career as artist, and then now go through here or the show and you mean oh bro, you on a mission into want to mean that me koko cratching so me butu muate you are and shemeding. You know, at this moment in your career, I mean with all this recognition from Apple Music, Spotify, you know, I mean Oduwankasa show Afro Future, you're one of the headline artists. So what's your problem? Why the song this time?
Yeah, for that but you Jumana song, Nyami Juma. Yeah, but you so into Yankaka said that Okano. But me who say me na a can ladder no, and take a car, but a burning the dada die, brother die, Jinem.
I think recently, show be me who on social media, minimum say True Music or some event.
EDM.
What's it?
EDM.
Yes, and wow, like the audience, Jesus Christ too, no more to amount. No more trauma. How did you feel at that moment when you're on stage? I think that now now me here on the world stage
and Skyface.
When the Skyface Asaka and the world stage. Yes, and like the audience were singing your song back to back. How did you feel?
Radiado. It feels good first for them to now I don't know control studio now record it and now just say watch or no. at least go be to me almost person almost because some GD. Yeah, baby mommy. I think
I saw the emotions.
Yeah, that's
now and from their heart. What do you want to event ever? This is the first time your debut event. You call it Nemo Live.
Yes.
Why Nemo?
Because Nemo, and this year the project, that's my first project ever out, Finding Nemo, and you're finding Nemo, and I think one of the places you find Nemo will be at Alliance Française on 19th December. Yeah, I think you see Nemo live.
Okay, so more Nemo. If you are looking for Nemo will be live at Alliance Française on the 19th.
Yes.
Alliance Française, 19th December, and that'll be first for the debut event of Ara the J. Artist by the car on the night.
Oh, but I'm announced it very soon.
Oh, when you announce it,
but I announced yeah,
heavyweight speaker.
Oh, for the radio. Nina, me the oma compile.
Was it on anybody?
I say
my lyrics.
Okay. I say Christo me and so Shiranti was a Jack or Yesuma Emba. But me no cross ubesho mo am you hear baby a daily me recite ilala. Yeah, but me recite me prayers. And no anything I answer and but just say me Yesuma Emba. Yeah, that be
Oh, trust me.
Yeah, it's not a crime, it's wahame, wonjame, but I'm not about to stop with the kumbaya. I mean to stop with the prayers. Me ilala na me reciting. Want to mean time any. I'm not an odameni. I'm on a mission. I mean to mean diamond. Yeah.
Make us a bass, Anna.
Oh, I don't.
Twaso.
Yeah, just a giant bro. I see me a cocoa cratchy, and so be show me bottom swati Joe me need do, but I no go forward. Baby, I miss a goal post, and I maybe me goals close marking.
Okay, so watch out. This is a brand new one from Ara the J. He calls this one Grenade. And we DSP sitting as well.
So it will be radio.
Video remember but that by now visualize and all out.
But I mean, I'm more concerned release. But I'm more home release.
Make control Almighty Records.
Almighty
Records. That Ben and mobile release a video now visualize and Munjan 2. Your final words and congratulations on this new one.
Father, God bless you for the privilege, and also bless everyone listening. Bless everyone who has been supporting us. It has been a great year, Radio Dominti, and I mean, there's so much more to come. I can't wait to see everyone at the Nemo Live on the 19th of December. Yeah, and other bookings, Afro Future and the other ones, Zama Disco and every other year coming up. Yeah, I can't wait to see everyone. And big love to everyone supporting, especially Father Abeiku. Yeah, for the radio show, baby.
Father Radej. Big shout out to Father Young Boy, Father Godred. Obahana Father Neba. Uni Hanma Father Neba Father Dixie. Babadia. Ubi Abajin Father. Father Winston, Joe Father. No Father Godred. What do I go say? Oh, mental health ni yejuma. Father Godwin, Father Young Boy, happy birthday to you one more time. Yeah. And Father Francis, UTV, your blogger, Father Francis. Boy, Father Benjamin, come say, Enkoma. Now, Enkoma, boy, Father the graft. I'm on my sword in the moon, boy. And very funny, Father. All right. Yeah, LTF was say almost so did you do so that I said Elco Emma Kivo 4A1. Gary Soke makes it almost so anyway brave. We patron Bomodia Neti National so say 1,000 of 31 laughs. A basso a year on the 26th December, a year Boxing Day. Boxing Day and 1,036 laughs so no eba so to me so sadani dey so bookie now to ticket to na one way is the moment ubetumi asresa is that moment of the year a Syrian kwa 1,031 laughs na hifo and ebema ye niaje music and comedy, music and laughter. Comedians are your Bovi and Bovi and Pencil from Nigeria. Afensu Obi Amposa, Hogan, Parrot Mouth, Foster Romanus, Okoko Bioko, and music from the sensational, the greatest band. Me patro ticket to make off for 400 cities regular, 600 cities for platinum, Chatterhouse, any Nalem, and Abenya Biato, any Accra Mo. Dial star 389 star 1031 hash for virtual ticket ube to me atobi star 389 star 1031 hash for table reservation ube to me afre 05012888520 where a Chatterhouse event 1,031 laughs. You go laugh at Peace 104.3 Eddie and you know Siaka Sabo Etwa so